Welcome to the Workamper Show, brought to you by Workamper.com. This podcast helps you discover how to finance your RV travel dreams. Each one of our episodes will introduce you to people who are already living the RV lifestyle or to work camping opportunities all around the U.S. You'll also learn how to hit the road the right way and make the most of every opportunity. Now let's turn over today's show to your host, Greg Gerber.
During this week's show, we are addressing an issue that has sometimes frustrated Workampers for the last several years, and that is limitations of the Workamper website. Fortunately, all that changed a few weeks ago, and we'll show you what the enhanced website means for members. Today's episode is sponsored by Workamper News. Much more than just a job listing website, when you put the tools of this professional service into action, you'll find out just how easy it can be to turn your work camping dreams into reality. A Workamper membership opens the door to a one-stop shop for all things work camping. Being the original resource for work camping, you'll find the largest number of job listings, be able to connect with a community of work campers, and view resources compiled by experts who've been enjoying the RV lifestyle for many years. If you're serious about leading a successful and enjoyable work camping lifestyle, then membership is for you. Join today at www.workamper.com. Embark on new adventures today with the support of Workamper News behind you. Today I'm featuring Luke Duquette, who is one of the owners behind Workamper News and the newly rebuilt Workamper.com website. Luke takes us behind the scenes of a massive multi-year effort to completely rebuild the Workamper website from the ground up. This was not a simple redesign. It was a full rethink of how the platform works for work campers, employers, and staff. During this conversation, Luke explains why the old system was no longer sustainable, how years of technical issues and burnout led to a hard reset for him and his wife Jody. Luke explains why stepping away from the business for a short time was ultimately necessary before the Workamper organization could move forward. Just taking a break renewed their enthusiasm for the Workamper program and gave them new insight on ways to improve the organization. He also walks through what went into building a modern, custom platform, including the separation of the public website from the member portal. Luke explains why those changes matter for anyone looking to find work camping jobs more easily and efficiently. If you've ever wondered why Workamper.com works the way it does, or how the organization is preparing for the future of work camping, this episode will provide important context and clarity. To learn more about the organization and the website, as well as what it can do to improve your work camping experience, please welcome Luke Duquette, the co-owner of Workamper News, to the show.
Today, I thought you might be interested to hear a little about the background of why we rebuilt Workamper.com from the ground up, what that process actually looked like behind the scenes, and what it means for you, whether you're a work camper, an employer, or someone just discovering us for the first time. You'll also learn a bit about my wife and I's journey as RVers and now the owners of Workamper News. The new Workamper.com has been a long time coming. And when I say a long time, I mean years. As web technologies have advanced, our website has had to go through multiple iterations of development over the years. From antiquated systems inherited from the couple that founded the business, to in-house developers that built the second and third versions of Workamper.com, to working with offshore developers, and now to building a brand new, completely custom version. It's been a constant struggle to keep up with the fast-paced world of web technologies, and it is, to say the least, a full-time job. The previous version of our website began production in 2012, and it launched in 2015. It was built with a free and open-source web content management system called Drupal. We were sold on this platform being powerful and flexible, and we hired a local web development company in Arkansas to build it. What we didn't understand at the time was that all of the complex logic we have to provide all the benefits we offer our members and make our business work had stretched it beyond its capabilities. We also didn't realize right away that although we were working with a local Arkansas web development company, much of the actual programming work was being subcontracted overseas, primarily to developers in Peru and India. And that created challenges almost immediately. We were dealing with time zone differences, language barriers, and communication issues that slowed everything down. Simple changes took far longer than they should have, and over time it became frustrating and exhausting trying to get anywhere with the project. And at one point, the service we were using to maintain all of our documentation for the project was accidentally deleted and was not recoverable. So we lost all of our plans and feedback on what had been developed and what was still left to build. So just a word to the wise, be sure you have systems in place to back up and maintain all of your work if you ever decide to build something like this. Anyway, we persevered and eventually got through the process. In the end, we managed to build a pretty robust system at the time that met our company's needs. Around that same time, Steve Anderson, Jody's dad, and the owner of Workamper News at the time, he became very involved in new business ventures focused on RV maintenance training. Those efforts eventually grew into what are now very successful organizations teaching RVers how to understand, maintain, and even build businesses around their RV maintenance knowledge. If that sounds interesting to you, check out the National RV Training Academy at nrvta.com. That's all good. Those programs have helped a lot of people. But it also meant that the day-to-day operations of Workamper News fell largely to Jody and me. For a couple of years, we were running the business during the day and spending our evenings working with the offshore development team just to keep the website running and make incremental improvements. Jody and I were getting burned out and exhausted. Burnout doesn't happen all at once. It takes months and years of everything taking more effort than it should. We were running the business all day, then logging back in at night to deal with website issues, developers in different time zones, and problems that never really felt finished. There was never a clear stopping point. Even small issues felt heavy because they would turn into long email chains and delayed fixes. And when you run a membership-based business, you can't hit pause. Members still need support, the website still has to work. So even when you're exhausted, you just keep pushing because people are depending on you. I think this is important because a lot of Workampers are trying to build lives that are flexible, meaningful, and sustainable, not just profitable. But burnout doesn't care whether you're sitting in an office or parked in a national park. If your systems aren't sustainable, your lifestyle eventually breaks down. So in 2017, we made a big life-changing decision. We stepped away from Workamper News. Now, at that time, we were still producing the bi-monthly Workamper News magazine, and Jody continued to design the magazine layouts, but beyond that, we essentially took a sabbatical from the business. We loaded up our truck, our 40-foot fifth wheel, brought along our SUV and 2 motorcycles, and we hit the road. Over the course of that year, we traveled through 26 states, spent our savings on experiences instead of things, and remembered why we loved the RV lifestyle in the first place. We enjoyed the sights and sounds of every new place we set up camp. We visited national parks and historical landmarks, ate at delicious restaurants, drank every kind of beer imaginable at local breweries, and we even earned trophies for completing the Bend, Oregon Ale Trail. Adventure was always around the next corner. We rode our dual sport motorcycles on trail systems that provided us with amazing views of mountains and river valleys, went on hikes surrounded by beautiful scenery, visited 2 coastlines, and we even took our cats along for the ride. 4 cats, actually, in a 40-foot fifth wheel. As you can imagine, it was challenging, but we all managed, and Jody and I were having the time of our lives. But there was also a lot of guilt tied up in the decision to step away. Workamper News wasn't just a business, it was a legacy. It supported a lot of people, and stepping back felt, at times, like we were letting everyone down. In hindsight, stepping away wasn't quitting. It was the only way we could eventually come back with the clarity and energy the business actually needed. Traveling full-time forced us to slow down in a way that just wasn't possible before. We weren't chasing website metrics or fixing problems. We were just living, moving at a human pace again. And that distance made it very clear what parts of the business mattered, what didn't, and what we were no longer willing to sacrifice to keep things running. All the while, we were trying to find that special place, a place that felt right, a place where we could wake up excited to take on life and its challenges. Eventually, we made it all the way up to the Olympic Peninsula in Washington State and fell in love with a little town called Sequim. We managed to find a fantastic house to rent with an amazing view of the Olympic mountain range, and eventually we decided to sell our truck and our fifth wheel to a lovely couple that had just retired from their career life. Still today, we see their posts of their travels on Facebook, and it's always a bit strange to see our old RV setup in new locations that we didn't drive it to. But it also fills us with gratitude to see it providing the new owners with the same kind of magical experiences we were able to enjoy. But while we were gone adventuring and building our routines in Washington, Steve continued focusing on the RV training businesses, and Workamper News entered more of a maintenance phase. Staff kept things running, but there wasn't meaningful growth or development. The Drupal site stayed online, largely untouched, stable, but aging. And then COVID happened, and that changed everything. During this time, it became clear that Workamper News needed us back, and frankly, Steve needed us back. So in early 2021, we moved back to Arkansas and jumped in headfirst. We got back into the day-to-day work of supporting our members and marketing our services, and we were constantly fighting with the limitations of our website and knew we needed to find a better solution. We weren't interested in just keeping things running. We wanted to create systems that supported our members as well as the people running them, us. At that point, the Drupal site was 6 years old, and it had been a couple of years since any real development had been done. It technically worked, but it was fragile. Servers had to be rebooted regularly. Processes would hang and crash the database. We couldn't upgrade Drupal beyond version 7 without essentially rebuilding the entire site. And we didn't have the time or money to do that and build something new at the same time. And we knew one thing for sure. We were not doing it the same way again. We went looking for a development partner that aligned with our values and landed on a company literally called American Web Devs, now known as Valor. They are a family-owned U.S. software development company focused on modernizing and scaling complex platforms. They focus on employing veterans and military spouses based in the U.S., and most importantly for us, they communicate clearly and consistently. They agreed that while Drupal is powerful, it simply wasn't the right platform for a highly customized membership-based system like Workamper News. Now, building a fully custom website with a US-based team was going to cost more, a lot more in fact, but it would give us exactly what we needed, a modern, scalable platform built specifically for our business that would allow us to grow and evolve over time. We started work on the new website in 2021, and it took nearly 4 years to build. To be clear, that 4 years wasn't spent just building a website. We had to document how everything worked. Every workflow, every membership type, every edge case, every email, every admin tool, every page, every word, every image, on every page. We designed the structure, the user interface, the flow of information, mobile responsiveness, recurring memberships, automated emails, knowledge base articles, the details and layouts of job listings, resumes, employer profiles, not to mention migrating decades of member data, and all the while ensuring we were optimizing it for speed and search engine results, all of it piece by piece, day by day. Having some web development and design experience myself, I was actually able to jump directly into the code on occasion. Knowing just enough to be dangerous was actually quite helpful for this project, as sometimes it was faster to fix something or modify the look of a component myself rather than write documentation, create mock-ups, wait for revisions, and then test those changes. I learned a lot, and I have a stronger sense of pride when I look at the things that I helped build. But in the end, it was an enormous amount of work. It took far longer than anyone expected, and it cost significantly more than we ever planned. And the costs don't stop at launch. There's ongoing maintenance, backups, security updates, hosting, support, and ongoing development of more features that we still want to build. So if you've ever wondered why isn't Workamper.com just free, that's why. We don't believe in selling your personal data like so many social media platforms and other websites do these days. We believe in providing an amazingly powerful service that you pay for directly. So, after years of planning, building, testing, and migrating data, we finally launched the new site in November of 2025. And honestly, it went really well. We had a few small hiccups, but overall, the transition was really pretty smooth. We had planned carefully, and we followed our detailed migration process. All in all, the site was only down for about 3.5 days while we transitioned and migrated everything. We are eternally grateful to our dev team at Valor for all the effort and time they put into meeting our needs and making sure that all the I's were dotted and T's were crossed. With their help, we were able to make this new version of Workamper.com much more easy to navigate for our members, and just as importantly, to maintain and continue to build on for the future. One of the biggest changes is that we've now separated the marketing side of the business from the member experience. Workamper.com is our marketing site. The join pages, the blog, and public content, they're all built on a platform called WordPress, which, if you don't know, is a website content management system that powers somewhere around 40% of the internet. This gives us the power to move quickly and publish changes there very easily. The member portal, which is a fully custom web application that's built on a framework called Laravel, gives us the power and security we need. It's a separate system from the public portion of our site, and it lives at my.workamper.com. It's fast, secure, modern, and dramatically easier for us to manage behind the scenes. For our staff, the new system is a massive improvement. Managing memberships, job listings, resumes, and member tools is far more efficient. For members, it means better tools, more flexibility, and a platform that can actually grow with you. For Workampers, you can now add up to 4 people on a resume with individual skills and job history, create multiple situation wanted entries for different seasons so you can keep your resume working for you year-round, save and organize job listings and add notes for reference later, and a lot more. And for employers, you can now easily build and maintain your employer profile with photos and more details, see how many times your job listings are saved, save and rate resumes, easily see your ad history and rerun previous job listings, and more. And we're not done. We know we need to build a mobile app. It's been on the to-do list for a decade, and to be honest, it's a little embarrassing we haven't built one yet. But with our new systems, we can more easily tackle this and plan to do so in the near future. And we have other ideas for improvements, like giving Workampers the ability to make friends and communicate directly through the site's member map feature, and let employers and Workampers communicate directly through the platform as well. We also want to create online application processes and a more intuitive knowledge base to answer your questions and give you guidance on all things related to Workamping. The new website makes all of that possible, even if it takes more time and investment. So while nothing is ever truly finished when it comes to web technology, and there's always something to improve, update, or fix, we are incredibly proud of what we've built, and we're excited for the future. If you haven't logged into the new site yet, head over to workamper.com and check it out. Existing members can log in directly at my.workamper.com to update your resume, explore the new member tools, and let us know what you think. If you have ideas for how certain aspects of the site could be better, or ideas for new features that you'd like to see, please let us know. We will continue to invest more into this website to ensure we are providing the tools and services that you want. Our mission is to continue to provide the best online platform for connecting the RV community with jobs to support their RV lifestyle. Thanks for sticking with us on this journey, and thank you for being part of the Workamper community.
Luke Duquette shared an honest look at what it took to rebuild Workamper.com in a way that supports people using the platform and the people running it. The changes he described are designed to make it easier for Workampers to create stronger resumes, organize job searches, and stay active year-round while also giving employers better tools to connect with the right candidates. Just as important, the new systems help the Workamper organization to focus less on fixing technology problems and more on supporting members and improving their overall experience to find Workamping jobs that are a good fit for them. If you are a current member, Luke encourages you to log into the new site at myworkamper.com. There you can explore the new tools, update your information, and share feedback so the staff can continue to improve the platform. If you're not yet a member, be sure to check out the new website at www.workamper.com and select from 3 membership options. Dreamers are always free to learn more about the Workamping lifestyle. Seekers who are ready to find a job pay only $5 per month or $42 per year. Workampers who want jobs to find them can join at the pro level for $8 per month or $67 per year. There are also several options for employers interested in becoming members. Get started today by visiting www.workamper.com/join. Start the new year on the right foot by becoming a member of Workamper News. It's the gateway to a new life of travel and adventure. That's all for this week's show. I'll have another fun interview for you on the next episode of The Workamper Show. On behalf of all of us at the Workamper organization, we wish you a happy new year as well as a fun, memorable year of adventure in 2026. Thanks for listening.